then the country cannot grow. I'm therefore this morning submitting to us that we are in a bad space in many African countries as regards the quality of the politics that we operate. And it's not lost on me that in many African countries today, politics is about life and death. And the competition is cutthroat competition, and throats are actually cut. I'm not speaking figuratively. Throats are actually cut in political contest. Has it not been lost on you that in the recent past, in very few African countries, do you ever hear in many African countries that a loser has picked a phone and called the winner and said, brother, we had a good competition. The people spoke. The lingua franca after every African election is won. The elections have been stolen. They have been rigged. So in Africa, elections are either stolen or rigged. They are never lost nor won. And why? The reason is very simple. It is cutthroat. It is not a competition of ideas. It is a competition for occupying a lucrative casino, so that the political office, the state house, or the government house is a casino where gambling is perpetuated on a daily basis, and everyone wants to be in control of that casino. So until the day that we are able, Mwalimu Nyerere saw these things. He said, he said that State House is a holy place. He said, in Kiswahili, he said it better. He said, Ikulu ni mahali patakatifu. Ikulu ni mahali patakatifu. The State House is a holy place, and we must never convert it into a den of thieves. And one can extend that to Parliament. Parliament is a holy place, and it must not be a den of thieves. We must not build governments where we have Alibaba and 40 thieves. In fact, they are no longer 40. Since Alibaba went there, we now have Alibabas and many other thieves. Until we eliminate Alibabaism from our politics, we are going nowhere. And as I conclude, I want to submit to us that there are ways of ensuring that we eliminate commercialization from the political arena. I know that there are many things that have been done in different countries. There were times when we thought that we should limit electoral expenditure, which is a good thing. We ask people how much you spend in election. We know what it is that would be expended when you are a presidential candidate, when you are a member of parliament, when you are a councillor. But there is a sense in which Chinua Achebe was right. Chinua Achebe, writing in 1958, said of a bird amongst his Igbo people that since man has learned to shoot without missing, a naked bird has learned to fly without perching. So there is a sense in which now that we have made the laws, the politicians have also perfected the art of ensuring that they expend beyond the prescribed expenditure without being caught. But that is a step in the right direction. The other one is sensitization of the people. The people themselves must be sensitized. I said at the outset that one of the problems in Africa is the assumption, and I want to repeat to us, perhaps we are the better lot, but there is a sense in Africa in which the politician, whether they say it or not, actually believe that we, the electorate, are a bunch of nincompoops. They believe so. Many African politicians actually hold the electorate in great contempt. They think we don't think. And
that's a kangaroo Congress, the DVS, because I'm the unopposed candidate. Since I'm the only person that obtained the nomination form, a legitimate APC chairman. So anyway, all the plateaus, with my own ESCO, you can see them here. Let them come and let them present their own, if actually that they have made the payment of nomination form.
As early as 10 o'clock, there was nobody there. We waited for the committee. They were nowhere to be seen. And at the end of it all, there was any casting of vote, nothing absolutely. And I said that we are the people that only bought form for this election. The chairman have directed me to write to the governor, the House of Assembly, the members, the commissioners, and the chairman of the local government that they should avail themselves in this office.
Good morning. morning to you once again. It's still the Morning J, and this is the flagship program, Let's Talk. It is a political and current affairs program. My name is Zoe Machungai. I'm your anchor, and today is Tuesday, 19th October 2021. Still on the matter of political party crisis caused now by parallel state congresses of the All Progressive Congress may stall the party's national convention scheduled for December and aggrieve EPC members in some states like Delta, like Oshun, like Akwa Ibom and Ekiti states. In separate interviews, faulted a plan by the party's National Interim Committee to recognize executive councils endorsed by incumbent governors or highest political party holders in non-APC states. So they therefore vowed to continue with suits filed against the national interim committees as well as ward and local government congresses. And I have three guests, one joining us via phone. This morning I have Honorable Ishaya Isse, the factional chairman, APC Plateau State. Good morning to you, Honorable Ishaya.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good to have you online here on the program Let's Talk.
Thank you.
All right, I also have in the studio Barrister CBN Dalan. He is the principal partner, CBN Dalan & Co. He is a lawyer. Good morning, Mr. Dalan.
Good morning, Zoe. Good morning.
And I have Mr. Olorunshua Elijah. He is a political scientist, Department of University of Jos Political Science. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Zoe, for having me again. Thank you.
All right. Now let's start with you, Honorable Ishaya Isse. Am I pronouncing your surname right?
Yeah, Ishaya Isse.
Okay, it's Ishaya, Mr. Ishaya Isse. Now, we got news that, of course, you know, there are now two factions, as we have to put it as it is, of the APC right here. Even though yesterday, when my guest, my second guest was here in the studio, that is Mr. Gashon Manasseh, I asked him this same question point blank. I asked him if the APC, the All Progressive Congress, on the plateau was factionalized in any way, and he did say no. But what we have seen in the news, and what has been in the news, is that in Plateau APC, Bature has emerged as chairman, and but here you are. So what is really going on? What's going on from your end? What's the story?
Well, thank you very much for that wonderful question. Yesterday, yes, I was with Pansak, and this morning I'm with you. Actually, what happened was, let me make a correction there. We are not a faction. We are the legitimate ESCO of APC Plateau State. We are not a faction. Okay? Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go right ahead. You are not a faction. You are a legitimate
We are not.
ESCO. So what makes you a legitimate ESCO?
God bless you. Because, you know, on 15 September 2021, there was an announcement nationwide. The guideline of the party from national headquarters were announced that the selling of form will actually started on 15th of September this year. Okay? And then after the announcement, I went on, I went to the bank and made the payment of my funds, which is, and I got my teller. And I went to the, according to the guideline of the party, that's the procedure. For you to obtain your nomination form, you have to go to the bank and pay for the nomination forms, and I pay it, and I got my teller. I went to the party secretariat, that according to the guideline of the party, and that's the procedure, which is I did it accordingly. Okay? And then, actually what happened there, and when there was nobody to find there, as a secretariat, which is not in line with the guideline of the party, and the committee should be there inaugurated to charge without affairs. And I called the state chairman of the APC, acting chairman. What the state chairman, party chairman told me then was that, Ishaya, Honorable, he's not sure that we're going to end well because there's a directive that we should not go and purchase form in the forms. Who asked me to go to the bank and pay? I keep quiet. I said, My chairman, sir, there is a Ghana that's announcement nationwide, and I have the Ghana with me. And this is the procedure for me to follow. And according to the procedure, accordingly, then the chairman told me that all the forms are in government house. From the one level to the local, to the state level, the state government have purchased forms for us. I said, well, it's a welcome idea, thank you for that. But I'm following the guideline of the party. I don't want excuse. So now, sir, direct me where to get the form now.
So let me get you clearly. I'm sorry to cut you short. So who had purchased the forms for everybody?
The state government.
As for all those contesting, the state government had purchased forms for them.
According to the state chairman.
According to the acting state chairman. All right, so go ahead, please.
Yeah. Then, I keep following accordingly. I keep following them. Keep following the day of the election. And don't forget, there was also a committee from the national headquarters to come for the screening on 11th of September, 11th October. The screening committee will start their work. When I got the information, the screening committee arrived just. I tried to locate them, honestly, my sister. Nowhere to be find them. Nowhere. I tried my best to the point that even as a journalist, being them a researcher, maybe probably they have been interviewed and inaugurated somewhere. There was no committee that inaugurated in the street. They told me, they confirmed to me. So, and until the day of election, we will call to the government house. We went there to the government house. We met with the Excellency, Executive Governor, my leader, my party leader. Okay? Sorry for going too far. That is what I'm asking me, and then I'm giving you, according to this is how
you're giving us the background story. Yes, how you arrived as the legitimate faction of the party. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Before then, actually, there was a series of meetings in the Northern Elder Forum to come out with a consensus candidate. And then all of us, nobody agreed to step down. All of us, 11 of us. Then as an aspirant. So, again, with the information investigation reviewed that my colleagues who are sharing the same position with me, nobody have made the payment for the forms in the bank. They were just a member, to me, as a just member of APC, not aspirant. Because we're just showing no evidence for them to present, to come out with a discussion and to arrive in terms of arrangement and consensus. You can only go to a consensus with someone who have evidence to prove that, yes, he's aspirant, he's ready to contest for election. So, including the present Rufus Batura, who claimed to be a faction chairman. So, Excellency asked then in the office, we hope that nobody has purchased for us. Any one of us, is there anybody here that has made payment for the phone? I say, yes, sir. I'm the one. I have him with me here. This is my evidence. And don't forget, last week I was in the various local government campaigning for the election today. And this is what the state chairman told me, that yes, all the forms are in government house with you, Excellency.
Is that normally how it's done in the party?
No, the form should be in the secretariat.
Why was it at the government house instead?
That's some of the question I want you to ask as a journalist. That's some of the things you need to find out. Something we have wrong somewhere. I'm giving you how I emerge as a legitimate APC chairman, please.
Go ahead.
Then, when I told the Excellency, that is also a part of the Elders Council, Northern Elder Council, negotiation to come out with a candidate, which is, at the end of the day, they couldn't come out with a candidate. One aspirant. Another committee was set up, headed by the SH, which is commissioners and local government chairman.
Okay, I'm sorry to cut you short again. Is it normal for the Northern Elders Council to interfere in decisions like this?
This is my first time to experience it. But being the elders, you can know that being the elders, you know, anywhere they can do that, a kind of the come out with the peaceful way now. So they came out they involved themselves just to come out with the peaceful way.
Okay, they were there to mediate. They were there to just make sure that they guided the party. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. But the elders are for APC Elders Forum. We should know that. APC Elders Forum.
Okay, APC Elders Forum.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead then.
My sister, let me tell you, look at this old man. With his integrity, a respected architect. From one-time gubernatorial aspirant candidate in the Plateau State. So you imagine for about 2 or 3 weeks we've been coming to that old man house.
So which old man are you talking about?
And architect Promzy. Well, with the assignment given to him, he tried his possible best to come out to tell you that they refused to allow him to see the governor to submit the report. Where the other committee set up with the interest there. Headed by the FA. And they zoned the chairmanship to the Benton Levy. And other things which is contrary to the constitution of the party. As a government official, what is the function of the executive party executive? They are on for responsibility to zone the principal officer. It's not the executive. And SGS. So I was not comfortable with it. And I told the governor, Excellency, I will go for the election. In presence of the elder and other aspirants. I received my blessing from my Excellency. Okay? So from there around 6 p.m., which is the election going to take place by 10 a.m. in the morning, because of they have not regretted the local government ESCO party, so they have to shift it to 2 p.m. 6 p.m. we are there. That was when now there's a committee that came from Abuja for the screening. And when you are an anointed candidate for the governor, will be given form for the governor to go for screening. As a Crystal Hotel. Well, but with
are you saying that there was an anointed candidate?
Yes, there was no selected candidate, no anointed candidate by the Excellency. That's Honorable Rufus Baturi. They are lost.
Were you not? Well, it was said that Honorable Rufus emerged as the consensus candidate and returned chairman. Were you not involved in the process?
How? How will I involve with all of them? Nobody has information for. How will you discuss with somebody that does not have a nomination form to go for? How will you discuss and come out with him as a candidate? Is it possible?
So do you have, was your election by voice notes or consensus, or how were you voted in? You yourself?
No, how I voted in was that we moved to the Grace Hotel, just like you know that's where the election will take place. And then we went around 8 p.m. We were there, working with the other aspirant who claim to be aspirant when they don't have evidence to prove. And then we were waiting, a government came with the anointed candidate. And one of the elder stakeholders announced to them that this is the selection candidate among the aspirants. And who Honorable Rufus Baturi, as they were on chairmanship as candidates in APC. So that was just the end of it. And then they move a motion, they move away. And the procedure is that, let me make it very clear. If you want to come out with a credible candidate and aspirant consensus candidate, the procedure is very clear. Is that all the aspirants, they will be lined up behind the aspirant, behind the candidate, selection candidate. They will be given opportunity to speak before the delegates. And I know today that we endorse or we step down for following for social party.
And did you go through this process, Honorable Ishaya? Did you go through this process?
No. They didn't go through at all. Did you see any aspirant behind him? The answer is no. We are outside. They don't even allow us to go in. Immediately when they are, and then let me tell you, another principle there was that actually what they needed to do, and then they didn't do it, is there should be a kind of a voting system. Even if the Honorable Rufus is anointed candidate as a constitutional candidate, there should be a vote allocated to him. That is how the procedure of the APC, the Constitution provides us. But there was no election, there was nothing, there was no, even delegates, they couldn't allow them to speak in choruses, which they answered, they are found on a group as an institution, when there was no opportunity to all this. So immediately when the governor left, we now look in the delegates left there, because the delegates were there. We moved in, and the other officials were there inside.